Welcome, my constant reader friends. I'm Tad, and this is Tad Reads Books and Stuff. All right, so real quick recap or catch up or whatever. There was a joke in there, but I'm not going to say it. All right, so still reading Preacher. We're in book 2. I have this next episode filmed. I just haven't edited it and I haven't posted it. Sorry, Graz. I think he's waiting for mine to post so we can post them around the same time. Just been crazy at work, so I haven't been able to edit this. Had to work all day yesterday, Saturday, but it's coming. I promise. The next episode in the marvelous team up Preacher, it's coming. I did finish Amy Winehouse Beyond Black, and that's what we're going to talk about today. And it's probably going to be a really quick video. There's not really a lot to say. It's not like, doing a review of a novel. This is Amy Winehouse Beyond Black. It's by Naomi Parry, but it's not just like, Naomi Parry wrote a biography about Amy Winehouse. Let me get the numbers out of the way. It's published November 2021, not too long ago. 279 pages if you don't count, the index and stuff like that. On Goodreads, it currently has a 4.61, which is a pretty decent number, although there's only like 100 reviews. So, not a lot, really. I gave this, hold your hat, I gave this 5 stars. Let me talk about it, because I don't get a lot of 5 stars to novels I read, and I just got done saying this isn't a novel. You know what this is? You can almost, look at it. The size of it. This is a coffee table book. That's really what this is. And it's amazing. It's perfect for its purpose. That's what it is. So you can have a coffee table book about cottages, or horses or something like that. And it kind of, I don't know, I'm not dumbing it down. I'm not saying, oh, it's just a coffee table book that you set on your coffee table and no one ever looks at it. Why would you do that about the amazing Amy Winehouse? But it's perfect this way because you can't, it's not like you're reading an autobiography or a biography and they're telling this story and you're reading and reading and reading. This is snippets. It's comments from other people, entertainers, actors, makeup artists, clothiers. Just anybody who had anything to do with Amy Winehouse, gives a little story about her. Now, they do kind of, it meanders a little bit, but they put it in kind of a sequence, a timeline sequence from, when she's young and a little girl until, of course, her passing, and actually a little bit after her passing. So it is kind of linear, but it does, ebb and flow a little bit with that. It's not strict, timelines, January 1967, or, it's not like that. But they do break it up into 3 chapters, kind of going through the different ages of her records. Now, Amy Winehouse really only released 2 studio albums, but she kind of has 3 because there was one released posthumously, called Lioness, which did, present some kind of demos that she had recorded or songs that maybe just didn't make the cut for the 2 other albums. So they are original releases for the most part on that 3rd album. It's not like it's a compilation greatest hits album is what I'm trying to say. So she kind of does have 3 albums. So chapter 1, of course, is Frank, her first album. Chapter 2 is Back to Black, her second album, then third is Linus, and then there's a beginning. But again, why do I give it a 5-star? Because it's perfect in what it's meant to be. I'm going to show you some pictures. The pictures in this book are fabulous. I just could sit for hours like a good coffee table book and just look at the pictures. They're fantastic. She was iconic in her look, her makeup, her style and clothing that she wore. Really a trendsetter of her time, and the pictures really show that. Such an amazingly beautiful woman that was troubled. We lose a lot of these artists and musicians, young age, to drug and alcohol. They're like, a comet flying through space. They burn so brightly, so hot, and then they crash and burn, oftentimes at a young age. And that's what happened with Amy. Amazing voice, amazing singer, songwriter too. I'm gonna just show you some of the pictures in here. I could spend hours just showing you. The pictures in here are freaking amazing. Look at this. Look at young Amy right here. Little chubby cheeks. Again, I'm just gonna flip through here. Look at the smile on her face. Just really cool. So you have a lot of famous people in here, and each chapter somebody will tell a different story or something like that. They'll make a whole comment. So this right here is from Salam Remy. He was one of the producers on her records, of course. So we start off talking about Frank, her first record. I could sit here for hours. I mean, I hope the glare isn't too bad on these pictures that I'm showing, but just an iconic person, just beautiful, troubled. Mark Ronson, producer. Here's Back to Black record, some photos from the different singles from that record. I wanted to pick out a couple of the things to talk about that I read. Here's her tattoo artist, talks about her in here. I don't know if some of you maybe aren't even familiar with Amy or her music. Really cool. There's one in here, and I wanted to mark it. I didn't mark it. Look at this. This is awesome. Look at that picture. Her on stage singing. Just amazing. There's one in here where Adele talks about her, and Adele says, so Amy made me want to play guitar, learn how to play guitar. Amy made me want to write my own music, because Adele was having some difficulties, I guess, getting into the music business, trying to sing other people's stuff. She said, once I had the strength to write my own music, which Amy, pushed me to do, then I finally was getting noticed. And she says, I owe, I think she said 90% of her, she goes, I owe 90% of my my fame to Amy Winehouse. I just thought that was pretty cool from Adele. Here's one by Bryan Adams, right? So she asked Bryan Adams to teach her how to drive a stick shift, and he said he almost lost his life because she was pedal to the metal. It's the kind of person she was, and scared the hell out of him. It's pretty cool. Here she's on stage. You can look up a lot of her live concerts online. YouTube has, of course, a bunch of them. Some not so good. Some you can tell she was under the influence. She was hurting. For whatever reason, she had problems with her husband. Her husband was another young, troubled, drug addict musician, but she loved him. There you go. Just, I mean, like I said, I mean, they kept everything too. All of her clothes. Here's one. These are all her bras. I just think it's funny. They kept everything from her, you know, even like setup of her living room and things. There's Lioness. Here she won a Grammy, if you remember this, singing with Tony Bennett. She actually won a Grammy posthumously for that song that she sang with Tony Bennett. He thought it was fantastic. Another picture of her. Again, like I said, I could go through and just show. There's so many pictures in here. She won 5 Grammys in 2007 for Back to Black. Rehab really was the real breakout song that won her, you know, a lot of her Grammy awards. She was something else. This was really cool. You can look this concert up, I think, on YouTube. Really great. There's one where they talk about, you know, she was backstage giving an interview and she was so nice and so polite and kind, and there was a young girl there and she was paying attention to her. Then she went on stage and did her show and ended up punching a girl in the face in the audience. I mean, that was Amy Winehouse, right? You know, beautiful singing, but don't piss her off, because she was from the streets of London, and she would take you out if she had to. But anyways, I could just keep gushing over Amy Winehouse forever. Dot, I know you are really into really cool, great musicians, especially the British ones. I don't know if you're familiar with Amy Winehouse, but if you aren't, you should be. Check out Amy Winehouse for sure. But yeah, I thought it, for what it is, it's, you know, a coffee table book with amazing pictures and stories, you know, and comments and interviews, things like that, just to go along with it in a kind of chronological order. But I thought it was brilliant in what it was meant to do. So if you're a fan of Amy Winehouse, definitely you would want this on your bookshelves or on your coffee table. Or even if you're not, if you just like kind of the fashion, check, there's tons of pictures of all the different dresses that she made or had made, and her makeup style that she invented, and all kinds of stuff. Just, I don't know, I'm kind of gushing over it, but yeah, and the music. I mean, I can't play the music, probably get, you know, my video taken down if I play the music, but yeah, I loved it. Anyways, real quick video today. If you find any entertaining value at all in my videos, please like, please subscribe, please leave me comments, and until next time, peace out.